It's Week 17 of the 2026 season, and we get to watch Nico Collins. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Texans and the Bengals, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come in at 15-0, 1 win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Here we go. Right to the air is Burrow. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Burrow on play action, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On the option left, it's Burrow. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 28. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for, because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, try and put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out. Smith now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. You talk about this Bengals defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fights him off. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. The Chase will go in motion left. Now it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Again, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal from the 3. Burrow looking to pass. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Isaiah Likely, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are on the board 1st here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. We'll get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, and he sets the pace here in the latter stages of the season. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The numbers for him from a week ago. 16 carries, 95 yards.
And they've already clinched the playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Texans football to start quarter 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And here's Bradley Pinion now. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he is the NFL leader in passing yards here in the penultimate week of the season as he looks to finish strong in order to capture the crown. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see. Face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And taken at the 46. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Geno now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now Geno. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Harold Landry, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory. Down at the 31. Swift going to try up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Henry To'oTo'o. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Houston set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this will be a Texans 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officials. Ask the basketball refs, and they have to officiate block and charge.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On a slant, here's Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Smith.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
A little short one there, caught by Likely.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2nd down and 4.
Here we go. Now Burrow.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner,
and Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 40. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
That one complete. It's Tank Dell.
It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. 2nd down and inches.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
That is incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the gun on third down, Walton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Final play of the half for Burrow and company.
This one caught downfield by Higgins. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Jalen Waddle, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon God.
All right, Coach. We welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Smith.
That's complete to Dell.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. from the 48-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
Smith now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down at the 28.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Here's Smith. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. They snap it to Smith.
That is caught. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one right up the gut. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans have cut it back within a score.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fighting his way through contact.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Now it's Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Isaiah Likely with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now out comes Houston. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he fires one incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Hands it off out of the gun. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Smith. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. To throw is Smith. And that is incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there, with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Well, now how about this return?
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. That's complete to Tony. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Here's Burrow. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Burrow will throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Burrow. A short one there, caught by Likely. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Chase the motion man right. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And Burrow going to throw again. And that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one seemed even to make the road back a lot more difficult.
There's no doubt about that. You know they were playing on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Texans offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. Smith. Got his man down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Smith. Flushed out right. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 1st down. Out of the gun, Smith. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's Smith. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete.
He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Smith.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Smith. That's to his running back. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Here's 3rd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So now the Texans down 24-21, 46 seconds to go. Their undefeated season hits in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Smith to throw.
Flush to his right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
And what a big play, because now you're guaranteed at least a shot at extending this one. He had the 40-yard line picked out as his bare minimum to give him some kind of a game-tying attempt, and he got there. Excellent.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Here now, 2nd and 10 from the 13. Smith's going to throw it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So a big one coming here for Miami Fairbairn. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And no, wide left. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. Well, we were prepping for overtime up here in the booth, partner. Thought for sure we were destined for OT. And then the chip shot field goal, no good. A tough loss.
Oh, without question, because when you're saying prepping, I was locked in. I think you were too. We're going to overtime. I was already gathering my thoughts about, okay, how do we start? What happens with the coin toss? Who's going to play defense first? And I have to admit, I'm in a little bit of shock that he missed that field goal.
I'm absolutely still in shock. Just a tough way to end it. So for Cincinnati, they avoid that 10th loss and move to 7-9 on the year. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.